Hello, Caroline from Bubbly Maths here, talking about our new summer camp for Happy Micromaths. So this is a Happy Micromaths moment, but in our summer camp, the idea is, making loud noises. The idea is that we're going to play games, so there's going to be just lots of happy maths moments. This one's a micromaths moment with a sample of a game that we're going to be playing. I call it higher lower, and it works for, and this is online, so the whole family can participate. And if you want to know more, there is a link in the description to inquire about the summer camp. And this game is, I call it higher lower. Sometimes I do it to the music of Grand Old Duke of York, and the concept is, so if you throw a dice or spin a spinner, and we've got instructions on making homemade spinners. I've got a paper clip, and this one goes up to 9. This one here is like a dice, it only goes up to 6. And this one is just a piece of cardboard that I was clearly going to use at some point. I thought it'd be useful. So all you have to do is open up the paper clip, put it on the spinner, and then I use a pen, it doesn't matter whatever it is, you put that through the center like that, and then horizontally you, whoopsie, that could, obviously it's on the table, you can see it. Here we go, let's do it again. Here we go, it's come out at 6. So that's what we spun. Now, that's if you don't have dice. Now, if you have dice, you can make it even more interesting, because if you use 1 dice, then what is the chances of it being higher or lower? If you use 2 dice, what is the chances of, what you do is you do the first number, you throw the first number, you spin the first thing, you get a number. Then you have to decide if the next time going to be higher or lower. But when the really little ones, all they have to do is work out, what does that mean? It takes quite a long time for a young learner to work out that 5 is bigger than 4, or 5 is a 5. If you count 5 things, 5 fingers, that's more than 4 fingers. So at really early years, all you're looking at is working out, is it more or less? That's all we need to know. And that in itself is a game. And it's something with the early years that it's not something you do all the time, but you could have a conversation about it a lot. Everywhere you go, oh, how many tires has that car got? 1, 2, 3, 4. And they get them to carefully count the amount of tires and careful counting. And that's even when before they even start counting, you could be counting them, and they love it. The rhythm of it, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many? Oh, look, we've got a painting on the wall there. Count how many windows there are. So that's the early years. And just as I say, you can just tell them it's more than, it's less than when they're really young. It's once they're ready at age 3 or 4, you can see if you can work out. And the way you do it is, if they're not sure, you get that many counters, or find things. Here's 3 things, 1, 2, 3 things. Here's 4 things, 1, and then count them, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you had 3 and I have 4, who has more? And they'll work out quite quickly that, oh, you've got more. I want some of that, and so it's more or less. Whereas as the older you get, you have to decide, estimate, make a decision using your skills, and then you get experience. So first of all, okay, you throw a dice, you spin a spinner, it came out at 6. Okay, in this one, it came out at 6. Now, in this one, it's a very nice question when they're fairly young still. Is the next number going to be higher or lower than 6? Decide. And you can make it a game where everyone runs to one side of the room, or, as I say, I get them to sit down. If they think it's going to be lower, stand up. If it's going to be higher, jump up, boing! And then, but in this one, is it going to be higher or lower than 6? Now, the language is important. My question is it going to be higher or lower? Now, they might say it's going to be higher, and in which case you have a careful look. Is there a number there that is higher than 6? Or on a dice, have a look at a dice. Is there a number on a dice that's higher than 6? Now, no reason why you can't play with dice that have 10, 12, 20 faces. Absolutely. I'm up for that, or even 4 faces. There's those really nice sets where you can have all the different faces that a lot of people use for gaming. I use them for maths. And but that's an important thing. There is no number here that's higher than 6. And my question is it going to be higher or lower? I don't ask, is it going to be the same? So that's something they can come up with. And also, if you use 2 dice, then statistics come into play here. What are the chances every time you spin or every time you throw the dice? What are the chances you'll get any one of those? Is one number going to be more likely than another? And that's an interesting question. Now, if you have 2 dice, it becomes even more interesting. Which numbers are more likely to occur? Are there any numbers that are more likely to occur? And if you've thrown 11, what are the chances the next number will be 12? And which is 2, 5 and 6 added. So these are lots and lots of games which we'll play, but I'm showing you how much maths there is in them. And then with the activity packs that Aiming High has, my lovely friend Tony from Aiming High has been creating, these are the kind of level of the games that we're going to be playing, but there's also higher level maths if anyone wants to go there. And there's also more challenging games for the more experienced learners. Although these kind of games, the simple, they're enjoyed. I've played them, the highest age I've played them with so far is the 14-year-olds, 13, 14-year-olds. They loved it just as much as the 6-year-olds did. So that's what we're going to be doing, playing lots of games. So please do send us, click on the link, which is the one in asking about the Happy Maths Summer Camp. Join the group, Making Maths Fun for Kids of All Ages, and go and investigate the Aiming High website. The links are all in the description, depending what social media you're on. And the links are all in the description. Have a good mosey around the Aiming High website. You can just search for games in the search bar. You'll find lots of games to play. It's going to be a good summer. It's going to be a summer where we are learning by play. Because this summer in particular, it's important that that a lot of children need to spruce up their math skills, and we're going to do it by purely having fun and making summer more fun, more interesting, less boring. Because there's going to be loads of things to do, and each game that we play during the session, there'll be activities that they can do throughout the day and every day to keep them occupied. Thank you for joining. Please do send us an inquiry about the summer camp and join the group, Making Maths Fun for Kids of All Ages. See you tomorrow.